In this tutorial we're going to be drawing the first part of our laser cut lampshade holder. Okay, and to do so you need to activate the grid lock. Just right click and check that the grid spacing is 10mm for X and 10mm for Y. Okay, we can adjust that throughout the drawing. Position yourself centrally in the page. Click and hold down on the circle tool and select the second option along, which is draw a circle with a given center and radius. Type in your radius to be 14mm, then click OK and click on one of the dots to position your circle. It doesn't matter where. Next up, go to the select tool, click on that circle, click and hold down on the contour tool and select the third one in, which is draw a contour parallel to a line, arc or circle, and change the contour spacing to be 9mm. Click OK and click just outside of that circle, and that will draw a parallel line to that smaller circle that is 9mm away. We can just check that by going to the select tool, clicking on that smaller circle, then checking its properties in the bottom right hand corner. The radius is 14, okay, and then check the larger one, selecting it, click properties, and it should be 23, which is 9mm larger than the smaller one. Okay. Next up, with the line tool, click on your central dot of your circle. Okay. Just move your scroller across, and I'd like you to use your the arrows on your keypad to move the cursor along, okay, and set the distance to be 100mm. Now you can check that distance at the bottom of your screen, and that's the distance that is indicated from that first click, so the start of your line, to where your cursor is currently. Okay, you can see it changing there from 90 to 100. Okay, now the angle of that line currently is 180 degrees. Okay, that's what we want it to be. If it's a slightly different angle, like so, that would suggest that your line is not straight. Okay, so it needs to be 180 degrees in this instance. Okay, press enter on your keyboard to finish that line, or if you're drawing using a series of connected lines, such as this one here, okay, you would need to press escape on your keypad. Next up, I would like you to draw a line that is parallel to this line. That is, let me just see, 7.5mm above and 7.5mm below. Okay, so we can click on the contour tool, select this third one along, draw a contour parallel to a line, and type in 7.5. Okay, click just above that line and just beneath that line to draw a line that is 7.5mm above, 7.5mm below, and they're identical in their length and orientation. Back to the select tool. Now we can just finish off the end here by using the attach tool. Okay. Now because the end of the line is not located on one of these dots on the grid, we'll have to deactivate grid lock and activate the attach tool. Okay. Click on the line tool, and the attach tool will allow you to, as long as you're going close to that end point and clicking, you'll be able to attach that line to both ends like so. Okay. With the attach tool still on, okay, click the end of that middle line, okay, then deactivate it. Okay. Then notice you're still drawing this line, right click the grid and change the grid spacing from 10mm to 1mm for X and Y. Okay. You can zoom in. Okay. I'm still drawing this line, okay, and it's now going to be difficult to click on one of these dots perfectly unless you have activated the grid lock. Okay. And I'd like you to bring it across an angle of 0, 0, 0 degrees. Okay, look at the bottom of your screen for you to do this. Okay. And the distance from that first click I'd like to be 5 millimeters. Okay. Now it seems to have disappeared, but it is still there. Okay. We can just highlight it and change its color to red, drawn on top of that previous black line. Okay. Now let's change the grid spacing again to 0.5 millimeters, so even smaller now. Click OK. Let's zoom in. See, the end of our red line is here. Okay. Click and hold down on the line tool, select the second one in, draw a series of connected lines, click the end of that red line to start our line. Then you can use the arrows on your keypad, and I'd like you to come up by 2.5 millimeters. There's 2.5 millimeters. Enter. Across by 3 millimeters. Down by 2.5, back to that original line. Across by 3 millimeters. Up by 2.5. Across by 3. Down by 2.5. Okay. Then press escape to finish off that line. Now, using the selection tool, we can delete that black horizontal line for a moment, okay, to leave us those shapes that we've just drawn. Okay. Now that shows half of the two slots. Okay, so let's select those. Okay. Using the selection tool, go to Draw, Transform, Mirror Image, and Repeat. Okay. Click the base part, okay, where you'd like to mirror that image from, and on your second click, it will mirror that selection along that line, like so. Okay. We can delete that middle line. Oops. And we can change the grid spacing back to 10 millimeters for X, 10 millimeters for Y. Okay. We can zoom out, okay, just a little bit. Let's use this red line that we drew earlier. We can extend that by clicking on the end of that line. I'd like you to extend that to the center of your circle, which is in line with those other two horizontal lines. Okay, now that's half of your lampshade fixing. Okay, we're going to do the mirror function again, okay, to mirror this part across on the right hand side. So let's select it, click on Draw, Transform, Mirror Image, and Repeat. Click OK, and then this time we are mirroring it from the left hand side to the right hand side. So we need to draw a vertical line for the mirror angle, and there we have it. Okay. We no longer need that red line or that red line, so we can click it and press delete. And there are several lines within this central part of your fixing that you no longer require. So we can delete parts of that piece by holding down on delete any, selecting the second one in, which is delete part of an object between the nearest two intersections. Click the parts of the circle you do not require. Zoom out. Change all of the lines to line, fine, color, red. And then save it. And that's the first part of this part ready to go.